But then they're like, Bert just tells the same fucking story.
I know.
We get it. Rogan changed your life. Enough.
Enough of it.
All right, guys. Next clip: modern day philosophers be.
I love you to death.
Brother, I love you way more than you'll ever love me, and you know that. I told you that last night.
That's a ridiculous thing to say to a person.
You changed my life immeasurably.
You changed mine too. We changed each other's lives. We really did. I just get too much credit. It's all of us. It's like we did it all together. We all did it together. Without good friends, nobody really succeeds because you don't appreciate it if it's just you. It doesn't seem fair. It seems all fucked up.
I keep saying to people, you got to surround yourselves with the motherfuckers. Like
Yes.
if you're talking about your friends.
By motherfuckers, he means people that are funnier than you.
I don't think it's that gay. As if you're the top dog, then you're with the wrong dudes. Someone said to me, you're always talking like you're not a great comic and your friends are so much better. I go, they are. Look who my fucking friends are. Are you fucking kidding me? Like my friends, I surround myself by people that are way better than me. And then I just listen. Not listen a lot, but
we all rise up together. It's the old expression that the rising tide raises all boats.
We all rise up together. As Brendan would like to say, the cream rises to the top.
Cream rises to the top.
Obviously, everybody credits Joe as the kingmaker here. The man has the biggest podcast. Anyone that goes and tries to sell a book or merchandise or whatever, a special, he's a views booster, of course. Everybody knows this, and there's no way of denying that. But maybe, within the years, things have changed for Joe or other people. Maybe for some people that he keeps bringing back, they don't get the same amount, because it's like Brendan, he's been there the most times. He has the most appearances in the Joe Rogan podcast, but his numbers do not rise up. His fans don't go up. I mean, it's also because he hasn't been there for a while now, but other people do get a significant boost in their career, especially for Bert Kreischer, because Bert likes to credit Joe for telling him, hey, do the machine, do it on stage, and you'll do really good. He did it. He thought he wasn't going to do good, and now he credits Joe for his success.
told it for the first time probably almost like 15 years ago, and I sprinkled it in to like radio shows, but it was never like great. And then I told it on Rogan probably 9 years ago. He's like, you got to tell this in clubs.
And tries to, sort of mimic Joe. Bert took Joe's philosophy and also implemented that in his success by using like smaller comedians, New York comedians. Here's Chris DiStefano crediting him as another Joe Rogan, because when he went on his show, he got a boost in viewers. Of course, Joe beats Bert's numbers, his viewership, by a whole lot. But here's Chris DiStefano saying that Bert is kind of like Joe Rogan in a way, because he helped him in his career.
And I'll be the dude that introduced that energy to us was Rogan.
Yeah.
Rogan started finding us and going, dude, you're funny as shit. I want you on my podcast all the time.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he introduces us to and so, I mean, dude, I've had so many emotional conversations with this man that like, he's like, I love that you're blowing up. I love that you have a movie coming out. The only reason my movie's coming out is because I leaked it on his fucking show.
Right.
And I mean, that guy's been so good to me in a way that I could never repay.
Right. Well, it's paying it forward.
See, look, there you go. Of course, Bert being so kind and slugging him off. And, also Andrew Schultz does the same thing. He says, hey, man, this guy, he's the king of comedy. He'll make you, he'll break you.
Do comedians look at Rogan like a comedian?
So 100% yes.
Okay.
But you have to understand, like, when you're someone who doesn't know comedy, or you're not like a big comedy fan, you know the most potent version of someone. And obviously, he has the biggest media platform on the planet.
Yeah.
Like, it was just a crazy time in history where like one guy could garner that type of influence. He just happens to be so famous at another thing. Some people only get that version.
And it's sort of true.
always like I would assume like one of the best compliments you can get is when or that you hear of like if somebody discovers like you know how many people got turned on to me and now come to my show. It's because I went on your show when you were doing it in your house in the back room, the old house.
Yeah.
You know, you had me on and you like, as you said, like when nobody was giving really any New York comics a chance, you and Theo let me come on your show, and then I started to get all these followers, and that's the beginning of things starting to change a little bit for me. So I you know, anytime I hear, which is not, you know, that much, but if I hear somebody discovered a comic because they came on my show, it feels amazing. And you have broken so many comics. Like you're a lot of our Rogans, you know what I mean?
Oh no.
Well, because Rogan had, you know, his guys and Rogan, you know, and now I've been fortunate to go on his show, and I feel the same way about Joe. I love him. Being around him, it's like amazing. But really, like my kind of, it was really you, Theo, you know, Fighter and the Kid, like letting me go on those shows, and then everything started to change.
Big up to Fighter and the Kid for making people pop. No, but it's true. Like collabs do work. Let's be honest here, they work. Don't matter. I mean, of course, if you're Theo, you're gonna get some viewers. If you're Bert, or you go to Norman's or Luis J. Gomez, they're all gonna give you even more subscribers, more viewers, more money. It all comes with it. All right, guys, so there you have it. There's a lot of bending the knee here to Joe, but that's the obvious truth. You know, it's the obvious truth that Joe does create new comedians and gives people a platform that's really huge, and a lot of people look up to Joe.